Hello and welcome to Now You're Talking. I'm Jason Mann with Jim Check, Marcy Zychek, and Kent Molgat, special guest today from the KelownaNow.com newsroom.
Good to be here.
Great to have you with us. A little bit later on, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So if you want to win something, just remember that we have giveaways at the end of the show. So stick around for that. And how are we going to kick things off today, Jim?
Well, Taco Time is celebrating their 45th anniversary. So instead of Taco Tuesday, it's Taco Wednesday at Taco Time. So you can get, I think, up to 3 tacos. I think you'll find the information online there. Did you get that story? I sent it to you, I think.
I'm going to get it.
Kent and Nick did a story on the end of Taco Time in the, what is that street? On the highway there where the Starbucks is now, where Freshco is. There's only one Taco Time left in Kelowna, and that's the one in Rutland now.
Right. It was the Dilworth one that they closed down.
Yeah.
And, we saw Starbucks coming down the road at it like it was going to be gone. And, Taco Time was trying to hang in there, fight it.
We do need another Starbucks in Kelowna. How many is there?
It's tough. You can go blocks without seeing a Starbucks.
So there's one Taco Time left. There's one in Kelowna. There's one in Vernon, and then one in Penticton. I checked the map there. So
And this was a Southern Alberta franchise originally, wasn't it, where it was first founded?
I am not that taco educated.
Well, indeed, it was 1978 when it looks like Jim Penny first said hola and opened up his doors.
So anyway, Taco Time. There is a special today on National Taco Day. Jason's reading the information, and I'm not sure where he's getting.
We're bringing back 99-cent tacos all day long, so that sounds
I think
good.
there's a max of 3 though. I think 3 tacos is enough for anybody. How about you, Marcy? How many tacos can you put down?
5.
5?
Yeah, let's take a bet.
Whoa.
I can go toe-to-toe with you.
They're not.
They're little.
They are little.
They're little there.
Was there ever any shrinkflation, or did I just get bigger?
Yeah. One of the interesting things about the Taco Time in Rutland, you can get beer there. It's
a
one
cantina.
of the few
Yes.
fast food joints you can actually get alcohol. So if you want a taco and a beer, I don't think the beer is 99 cents.
If I can just double back to the Starbucks versus Taco Time at the Dilworth location, the public support was right behind the tacos, when that was going on.
That was one of the big stories, right? You and Nick were then standing in the drive-thru, weren't you, doing that story?
Yeah, we talked to lots of people. There wasn't a ton of people who were big Starbucks fans that were, fighting for Starbucks, but they won the day, and it looks like a very successful operation. I saw people lining up for their lattes yesterday. So
It's a good location.
yeah.
One of the other interesting things that I noticed when I was perusing the internet this morning was I didn't know that Costco sold gold bars. Costco sells gold bars. There was a story in USA Today. I think I sent the link to Jason. So soon, and that's in Canada and in the US. As soon as those gold bars go on sale, they're sold out. They just can't keep enough of these gold bars. So that's pure gold, 1 ounce gold. I think it was on the price on the. Gold fluctuates. I think it was $25.11 Canadian for a 1 ounce gold bar. Sold out.
Who knew? Where do they put them on display at Costco?
No idea.
I've never thought
The
of buying a
gold bar.
I've never thought of buying a gold bar. So how would that compare to what you'd pay for your gold bar?
It's close to the spot price. Like it's only a few dollars over the spot price. So if you want to see what gold sells for, you can actually go to kitco.com anytime and it'll show you the spot price in Canadian, US, and a bunch of other currencies.
So it's a good deal to get it just a couple of bucks over this spot.
Yeah,
price.
because there's obviously a manufacturing price and stuff like that too, right? So and it's good to buy reputable golds because when you try to sell it, if it's not in either a coin, like the Canadian maple is one of the most desired coins in the world. If it doesn't have a good stamp, it'll have to be assayed and drilled because people try to obviously cheat the system and fill it with other stuff, right? So, but gold is one of the heaviest substances we have, so it's very hard to have the
fake that.
dimensions and all that stuff and still have that correct weight. So,
And it's Costco. The Kirkland vodka is pretty good.
our golf balls are good.
Right. Here's my gold. It's Kirkland. But
Let's talk about a topic that
I think
might
my shirt's Kirkland today, so.
that I think that everybody in this room and everybody probably listening is having some struggles with. We're going to talk about housing in both with rent and with mortgages. I know that I think Jason was seen on a Kelowna rant and rave
There was a big rant.
about people. Maybe just explain that. Right?
Yeah, the rant was really talking about the cost of living in Kelowna, particularly for renters, and the sort of the idea of the post was about how a lot of people who rent homes apparently will rent them out for like September to April or May, but want to not have an annual rental agreement so that they can rent out the house for 3 or 4 times the amount during the summer season. I don't know the degree to which this is actually impacting like the cost of rentals, or is it something else, Jim?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. One of the things that drives cost of housing for sure is interest rates. And we've seen a 19 times increase in interest rates from the Bank of Canada. And they're now starting to admit that part of their interest rates, there's a big story on Bloomberg this morning talking about how the interest rate has actually accelerated the cost of housing, especially rent, because a lot of people are saying they can't make their mortgage payments because some people's mortgage payments have doubled. So then obviously they have to increase the cost of rent. There is rent controls and stuff like that too that factor in.
Although the rent controls have gone up this year, right? They adjusted it for 5%.
So there is a whole bunch of things, but for sure, one of the biggest costs to housing is interest, right? Because the biggest cost that most people have on their housing is their mortgage payment, right? So obviously if that's doubled. That's a pretty big increase in costs. And then Marcy is younger, and a lot of her friends are probably out there renting and probably having a tough time, probably with 4 or 5 roommates. Or
Yeah, it definitely is scary. We all just graduated college, and it's hard moving out because of rent. And a lot of us still have to rely on our parents and live with them.
You're living at home
Yeah,
right now still, right?
with my mom.
So.
But yeah, I know it's a struggle for my friends. They're branching out to Vancouver, and finding places there is tough. And then my one girlfriend lives on her own downtown Kelowna, and that was really tough to even find that place and find something affordable here.
There is the federal government recently put out a thing where they're going to alleviate the GST on purpose-built rental homes. So that should help. I know there was an announcement where somebody said they're going to build 5,000 homes. Well, we need a lot more than 5,000. We actually need the provincial governments to match that and knock the PST off. So somehow we need incentives. We need to incentivize, stop punishing people, right? Like raising interest rates just punishes most people. Incentifying by eliminating the GST, eliminating the PST, and maybe even the city should step up. I mean, typically when they do infrastructure funding in a municipality, it's a third from the feds, a third from the province, and a third from the municipality. So why not, again, come together, feds, provincial, and the municipalities, and start really pushing for purpose-built rental homes so that people can actually have some options. Because rental prices at $3,900. I went to one of the new developments here. We were looking for our daughter. I think it was $4,900 for a 3-bedroom place. Like, who's got $4,900 to pay for a rental home? Like, do you know what I mean? And they say, oh, it has amenities. It has like a grocery store. I'm like, well, you won't have any money to buy groceries, but hey, great, right?
I've heard of people moving to or offered a job in Kelowna at $100,000 a year and looking at the numbers and saying can't do it. I mean, it's out of control.
I think if anybody's listening to this and wants to come on and do rant and rave, because we want to start doing some of that stuff and talk about the issues, especially like from Marcy's segment, the younger segment, because they've got a few things going against them. One, they're young, and lots of people say, well, I don't want no young people because they're going to party, they're going to wreck the place and that. So how do young people like Marcy get into a place without, I mean, I guess I lived with 5 people when I was Marcy's age too, right? And that's not fun, but.
Mm-hmm.
It's good incentive to get out there and
get out there and work hard. And the other one that is really kind of driving like food inflation. I know this is a tough one for a lot of people because a lot of people are now making choices when they're buying stuff. They're cutting back or they're doing without. Everything, like we live in one of the second largest country in the world, and it's pretty vast, and we have a very small population. So one of the things that moves our food from coast to coast, it's either by train or it's either by transport truck. And if you drive the highways, you'll realize there's a lot of transport trucks on the highway. And that's all diesel fuel, right? So at the very least on the carbon tax, cut the carbon tax on commercial fuel, like so that the locomotives and the freight trucks can go. I mean, I don't want to get into an argument about carbon tax on the consumer, but man, let's make transporting our goods across Canada a lot cheaper. That seems like a common sense midway point. Cut all taxes on commercial fuel. Province should step up too and say, hey, we're going to support getting food prices down. And one of the ways to do that, because that tractor that's in the field planting seeds, diesel. To haul that wheat to the granary, diesel. To you know what I mean? There's diesel, right? So, and if driving in today, diesel was $1.94.
Oof.
Do you know what I mean? That's up from like $1.20 like a year ago.
Yeah, and those costs just compound on each other.
So who gets hurt the most, though, right? Because if you have a lot of money, you know, that difference is probably not going to cause you that much pain. But for you, when you go to the grocery store, it hurts. It hurts. It bloody hurts, right? Yeah. So are you making choices now when you're in the grocery store?
Yeah, I think smarter. I eat very differently from my mom, so I grocery shop for myself. And yeah, I do think about it a lot more with what works best for me, though. Yeah. But yeah, I do notice the prices like change here and there in the grocery stores. They've gone up.
If you let the price of the groceries really guide your choices, do you wind up at the end with less healthy food than you would have if you were just getting what appeals to you? Does it steer you away from the healthier food?
Yes and no. Yeah. Like for me, I still am going to choose healthy even if it's pricier. But it does, I look back and I'm like, oh, great, you know, because healthier food is more expensive. But I know like for my mom, she'll go towards the less healthier food items because it's cheaper. Whereas I will spend more because I just eat very differently from her.
Yeah. And from my perspective, I probably spend less time in the organic section, but I'm still eating the fruits and the vegetables and the stuff that you sort of expect.
Well, we all kind of have a different mix here. Like Kent's kids are grown up already and out of the house, same as mine. You've got 3 at home.
3 young ones.
And then Marcy,
single
right now
single.
So she's eating a lot of Pringles.
And ready to mingle.
Wow.
Isn't that what they say?
I don't know. Is there anything you guys wanted to touch on? Because I've got another one here, but
yeah, let's jump to your next.
My other one. We did talk a little bit about Aritzia yesterday, and then I did take a look more at the website after Marcia said, "Marcy, wow, that sucks, eh?" Said that what's the activewear line? TNA. Yeah. It looks really cool. I thought it was like, because I'm a big fan of Lulu, almost everything, and that looks like somebody would buy that. And you, what would you say you paid for your leggings versus that?
I think it's around $78 compared to Lulu, which was like around $120.
Right. Yeah. So
what do you pay for your leggings?
Most of the pants at Costco are like $20 flat.
Girl math.
So yes, I'm still looking at Aritzia, and we will talk about stock a little bit. We will actually have a guy that's going to come on that was a mining analyst, worked for Canaccord, so we kind of do that. We've done quite a few podcasts with Canadian Market Watch where we've talked to some of the mining executives and stuff like that. We're trying to branch out and talk to more people in Kelowna. There's quite a few companies in Kelowna that are public. There's a couple of uranium ones. I do see uranium as one of the future things because we need a lot more clean energy. Uranium, Canada has developed the SMR, the small modular reactors. So I think Ontario is launching the first one here in the next little while. So how do we get more clean energy into place while we still utilize our assets that we do have and maybe use the profits from natural gas and stuff like that to kind of develop like more clean energy stuff into the future? I think that's a more common sense approach.
Pardon my ignorance, but are we categorizing nuclear as clean energy?
It is clean energy. 100%.
Okay, I hear you saying that.
There's no emissions in the creation of the energy.
We've sparked a bit of a debate.
No, I don't know who decides these designations.
It's clean until it's not clean.
I think in relation to our climate issue that we're facing right now, it's clean.
It's zero carbon.
Right.
Zero carbon. That's correct. It does have some waste that's left over for sure.
Right.
That Elon's going to fix because he's got rockets that are going to Mars, and we can just deposit that stuff into Mars.
That's a great idea.
Kent's not a big believer in Elon. But.
No, I think you need maybe it might be time for nuclear, but let's not call it clean until we can figure out what to do with the waste. It is clean. It isn't. It is.
It is zero carbon.
It's clean on the carbon front.
I'm a little afraid of it, to be honest. Like I look at Fukushima, it's still spilling into the ocean. I mean, nobody seems to be concerned. The ocean is not that big like it is, but it's.
So the small modular reactors are a lot different than the Fukushima plant, for sure, right? So that's what I mean. A lot of people probably need to do a little research on it, for sure.
Right? Could you bring us some information?
Sure. We can get a guy in here that actually works in the other building here, and he runs a uranium company, and they talk about SMRs, and they can probably shed some light on what that means.
Yeah. Well, I think probably what I think is, like, a lot of people probably think it's very dangerous, but then there's that other side that are thinking it's very clean. So how do you?
It's the thing is, I have solar on my roof. I'm a big believer in solar, but for base load energy, we're gonna need something like BC's okay. Like I think it's like 98% of our energy is created through hydroelectric. So we're one of the cleanest provinces as it goes for energy. But if you look into the middle provinces and that, they don't have hydro like we do, right? So then they're gonna need, like I think Alberta burns coal still, and they do have a lot of natural gas stuff. So they're gonna need something else other than
Right.
that, right?
If people are powering their Teslas with electricity created by burning coal, we're not really moving in any particular direction.
Again, I power my own with my own solar.
I know.
Power,
Way to
right?
go. Way
Mine's
to go.
powered by the sun.
Way to go. That's good. How much did that cost?
The sunshine?
To tool your house up to be, a
We can
generator.
we'll do a quick thing, but we'll do a whole show on that too. So the solar panels that went on my roof were $26,000. There's a $5,600 grant from the federal government, so that leaves you $20,000-ish to finance, and the government is offering a 10-year interest-free loan up to $40,000 for your solar system. So then you're basically going to trade your power bill for a solar bill. So mine does about 98% of my load.
And it's the equivalent of renting versus leasing in a way too, yes?
Exactly. And the cool thing is, in British Columbia, one of the few provinces that allows this is Ford has to buy your energy back. So obviously in the summer, you're going to create a lot more energy than you're going to use, and that's going to go into a bank that you can actually draw from in the wintertime. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. So the meter runs two ways.
Yeah, the meter goes backward and forward, and you get a credit.
Love that.
The big thing, though, is you're not allowed to create too much energy, because then Fortis will say, oh, you're a commercial power generator, so we're going to give you wholesale rates, which would not be good, right? So,
Oh. You have to keep it clean. You're up there sweeping the pine needles.
I'm up there every day shining. Never. I think I have a couple of birds that sit on them. They clean them. You put bird seed on top.
Probably bird poop. You got to remove that too.
I have no idea. Anything you want to talk about, Kent?
What are you working on in the newsroom right now? What are the top stories or things affecting Kelowna?
We were going to head down to the rail trail where the city has shuffled the deck again, or they're going and cleaning up things that tend to accumulate. There's safety issues that start to emerge, and it's.
I've heard that they're maybe even moving the settlement, if you will, or is that what you've heard?
I was going to be down there right now, but instead I'm on this podcast.
So we'll find out. It'll be a good reason to check out KelownaNow.com later on.
Yeah, we'll see what we can see down there. But you'll see it goes in cycles. They set rules, and then there's a lot of reasons to bend the rules. These people are not having their best life at the moment. They don't want to take everything from them, but then it starts to accumulate. There's safety issues, complaints in the area, and so it goes in cycles, and they're obviously at another stage. So.
I heard there's about 220 residents now in that.
That sounds about
stretch of land,
right? Could be more.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Marcy shared, I got it right.
It's because my last name.
I know. It's similar to my last name, though.
Yeah.
Check and Zychek. Weird. And we live on the same street.
Just
Talk about coincidence or what, right?
Wow.
I think we're only 5 houses apart.
yeah.
Spooky.
Spooky. Yesterday
Maybe I'm cleaning his roofs.
There you go. Yesterday we did the story. You talked about Red Lion in our, and because the best burger you said in the cusp. Friend of mine reached out, said, I want to be on the show that when we talk about Nelson, the contest, because he lives in the Arrow Lakes area. So favorite food place in Kelowna? What do you like to eat, and what's the place you really like where you and your girlfriends go?
Well, we were all Cactus Girls, and we still go there religiously.
Right. Okay. So you worked there for a while.
I did. I worked there for 4.5 years. It was amazing, and we still love it because we go back and we see everybody, but the food there is consistent.
It's so amazing how consistent.
It's like
how
McDonald's
much
at a higher level, right? Like the consistency,
Yeah.
because McDonald's is you consistently get.
Hey,
something.
Hey,
You get food. I think it's food.
Careful now. The,
I eat enough of it though, so I
the McRib is back. I heard. I don't know. Is that
McRib.
true?
Oh my god, is that real?
They take pork and form it into the
Do
shape
you do
of
McDonald's
ribs.
a lot?
Not really.
No. So Cactus
their
Club
fries.
downtown, is that the one you worked at? Or?
I worked at the one on Banks Road.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
It was awesome.
That one's got a beautiful patio. I like the patio on that. Although the one
Yeah.
downtown has a pretty cool patio too, right?
Yeah, super cool. So we go there quite a bit. And then King Taps is their sister brand. So we
Right.
know quite a few people at King Taps.
I've eaten there twice now. Yeah.
Oh, it's fun. They
Yeah.
do like such good pizzas and like family size meals and everything. So those are kind of like my favorite places, I guess. But I'm pretty open. I don't think I have like a set in stone.
We do Best of Kelowna every year. Best pizza. Do you eat pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get the best pizza?
Antico.
Antico. There
Yeah.
you go. That's downtown, right?
Yeah.
Is that the thin crust, kind of like the Neapolitan kind of thing? Am I saying that right?
Neapolitan, yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
Or Paine, you know, and where's that? Lake Country? Paine,
Yeah.
That one's a good one.
Rutland. Again, Rutland. Why am I not going to forget the name?
Pizza
It's
Factory?
Pizza Factory. 3 pizzas for $33 or $37. 3 large pizzas. 3 topping pizzas. Large. If you're having a party at the house. Good pizza. Good value.
Yeah.
And Rutland comes through again.
I know, right?
Rutland. It's all about Rutland, right? Who doesn't love Rutland? Go to
There's some
Rutland a
good
lot?
takeout restaurants.
I was raised in
Yeah,
Rutland.
Banks Road's
You
Rutland.
was making fun of Rutland.
Oh, I love Rutland.
No, you don't.
I do so.
Rutland.
I play soccer there almost every week.
Rutlander, straight out of Rutland. That's the guy you want to send an email to.
So, pizza. Some of the best pizza used to be at the Harvest Grocery in Southeast Kelowna.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
I've had it once
But then
before.
the pizza stopped a while back. And now Harvest Grocery itself is closed.
Oh,
Now there's no convenience store in that whole area. So, someone
that's
should,
a neat little spot, that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
So tomorrow is Fruit Loops. Tomorrow we're doing the story on Fruit Loops. I picked it up today, so we're going to do a little thing on Fruit Loops tomorrow. Show you how much nutritional value is in there.
Maybe
Loops.
maybe we'll give away a box of Fruit Loops.
After we crush it down.
What about giveaways today? I know we're going to do some giveaways every day. So we've got some giveaways coming up at the end of the show, which is closely approaching here.
Yeah. So a couple of Kelowna Now mugs for sure. And then, of course, we're going to, all week long, we're going to be giving away this book, Mission Possible book, right? So you can set your goals for 2024. Crazy, right? 2024 is around the corner. I didn't even think I'd be on the planet that long. But hey.
So we want to just drop a comment. Anything will do into the comments, a smiley face, a hello, love your show, whatever you want to say. No points for creativity this time around, but just get a comment in on either YouTube or X, and we will draw later on today.
And my birthday's coming up October 18th.
Don't forget about that.
Save up, send stuff in, right?
You got a little bit of time to shop.
I guess.
Find some stuff. When's your birthday?
July 26th.
July 26th.
Oh,
So
yeah.
next year we'll save up. We have more time to save up. Ken?
I don't want
Do
to
you get a
publicize
birthday?
it. The gifts will just roll in too much.
I'm a May baby.
We want it. Maybe we'll announce birthdays. If you have birthdays you want to announce that you want us to share with the Kelowna public, send them in. We'll wish happy birthday to
That's
people.
kind of nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like,
Sounds
I think
nice.
Max used to do that. Or Max still does that, right?
That's what we used
We'll
to do
steal that from
back,
Max,
back
right?
in the day on radio.
Hey, Norm.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Max. We're going to help you,
I steal lots of stories from Max.
right? So we have Max and Hodgepodge, right?
We'll just got to change the name of the show to the council.
That's right. I think I don't have anything else. Marcy,
No.
anything you want to chat about?
I have a couple things on just a couple local businesses that we do work with and some neat things that are happening there. Treehouse Furniture right now. I don't know if you've been in, but I took Marcy in just a couple of weeks
Love
ago.
Treehouse Furniture.
I know,
Oh, I
right?
love
Like
it.
it's one of the best stores in Kelowna. They just have the most unique furniture. If you're looking for a statement piece, or if
Right.
you're good,
Maybe they could help us with our set.
hey, open call. We'll be talking. But what you might not know is that it's actually their 31st anniversary right now. They're celebrating. They've got 20% off everything in store. And so that starts to add up at a place like Treehouse. And it's on everything in store, including one of a kinds, except outdoor furniture, which is actually 35% off. So great savings happening on it. Treehouse Furniture. And, if you haven't been in lately, it's always great to go see what they have in store. And then the other one is Bliss Bakery, who we also do work with. And if you're interested in going beyond the pumpkin spice latte They have a number of pumpkin-inspired dishes that they're putting together, including a pumpkin spice cake, a pumpkin roulade, which is only available on weekends, and they're also bringing out their take-home turkey dinner again. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Why don't we, for Friday, pick up a bunch of Bliss stuff and then give that away? And somebody can come in and pick it up.
Box
and
of
we'll have
Bliss.
like just, like have a blissful weekend.
We'll have a moment of bliss right here.
Yeah, I can share that for Thanksgiving's coming up. So if you have some recipes you want to talk about or how you make turkey, I think turkeys are pretty expensive this year. So there's substitutions. You can buy that nuclear chicken from Costco and Save On, and I think most stores carry that. I call it a nuclear chicken with that chicken that's
The
kind of
roaster.
like pre-roasted chicken. You know, in Costco, here's a good deal, value deal for people. Costco sells, and I hope I don't get this price wrong, those pre-cooked chickens, like those nuclear
roasted
chickens, the roasted chickens,
Never called nuclear before. Okay.
nuclear chickens, $7.99.
That sounds like, you know.
You can't even buy a
that
raw
sounds like
chicken.
$19.99 again.
You can't even buy a raw chicken for that price and then cook it, but it's already cooked.
Yeah.
So one of the good hacks is go there, buy 3 or 4 of those, cut them up, take them off the bone, freeze them in packages, individual packages, and reuse that chicken because that's a good price on chicken.
Chicken sandwiches, chicken soup, chicken Deja stew.
And that message is brought to you by the cows. Eat chicken.
Yes.
All right. And so if you, again, I think we're coming to the end of our show right now.
I think so.
Yeah.
Seems
We're
like
running out of energy.
the air's running. Just
The tires are getting flat.
One thing about this show, it'll only ever get better.
right.
Can't get much worse.
It seemed way better in rehearsal.
I didn't realize there was something in it. But a mug,
A set of mugs.
a set of mugs. Okay, we're really doubling down. And a Mission Possible book. Leave a comment in the comment section. And this could be yours today simply by doing so. If you are a business and you'd like to feature product on the show, we'd love to hear from you as well.
Especially if you want to get something away.
You could even come in and tell us all about it. So reach out to us, and
I don't think we're going to be hearing from Fruit Loops on that, though.
Probably not. Probably, and we promise we won't hammer your product, whatever it is, into a pulverized pulp of.
I think products just need to be honest. Like
Yes.
Fruit Loops should just say what it is on the box.
This episode brought to you by Fruit Loops.
Anyways, make those comments, get the stuff. We want to send it to you. And if you'd like to get more videos like this, like and subscribe to Kelowna Now on YouTube and X, and follow us on TikTok as well. And subscribe to our newsletter, because
That's the big one.
Bill C-18, you never know when you might not get something electronically sent to you anymore. You want to get on the direct send list. And you can do so by going to KelownaNow.com, signing up for our daily newsletter.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, it was
Thank
great
you
to have
for
you.
coming in.
And that is it. That's a wrap.
Well, Nick will give us a sign when we're out, because last time I think we just had a lot of dead air at the end there, right? So,
Tell us when.
What do
to
we
stop.
sing?
When
Sing
should
our
we
way
stop
out.
talking? Or is there a final word?
are we ever going to invite Kent back, or is he going to be a regular?
Sorry.
I think a regular. I think you should tell us about what happened in the week, what kind of videos that you guys done, which ones are good, bad.
I've been spending
Too
a
bad you
lot
have
of
to-
time trying to, confirm something really juicy, but I can't confirm it. So there you go.
So you got something? You got something on the Vine? Get it? Vine?
Yeah, it's on the vine.
Go.
Sometimes you waste a lot of time and find out there's nothing there. It's a big nothing burger. So I don't know.
But Kent's got a nose for news, so
Yes.
yes.
Nick?
Are we out?